What's up, YouTube? Jet Fuel EDC here, and tonight I got another knife to show you. So this, my friends, is the ZT-0850. This is another one of ZT's just phenomenally, amazingly made knives. It is absolutely amazing, and it's based off a knife that was designed by two great knife makers, Dmitry Sinkovich and Todd Rexford. So they came up together back in 2017 and designed a knife. That finished product is what the basis of this knife is. So let's get into it. So as you can see, you got this beautiful blue carbon fiber. It's just, it pops, it looks beautiful, it's great. These are carbon fiber composite handles. That's how they get the blue to stick in there. It is a patented subframe lock, as you can see there. And what that is, that's just a titanium insert here that is gonna hook in. Let's see if we can get it. Might be able to see it. There we go. There's two fasteners right there underneath the pocket clip, and they hold this titanium insert, the frame lock, in there. And you have it also at this end of it has a hardened steel insert. As you can see, you got this matching decorative hardware all over it. Like you got the thumb stud here, the pivot there, thumb stud on this side, and an aluminum back spacer. It's pretty neat. Little bit of overkill, but we'll get into that here in a minute. It's definitely a change of pace from what you're used to seeing. They did very nice with this. You have a titanium milled out pocket clip. Excuse me. This pocket clip is amazing. The retention on it, the way it carries, the way it holds, it's really near deep carry. I mean, as you can see, there's not going to be a whole lot showing there, but it's not quite there. They did a great job with this pocket clip. It's phenomenal. It is right hand tip up only. You got Teflon coated hardware, as you can see, across the scales, the frame, subframe lock, pocket clip. It is a manual opener, and it fires nicely. I mean, it's smooth as butter. A little shake to get it back down. You can thumb flick it, slow roll it, and my least favorite of all, the shake. Like I was saying, it is a manual flipper, or not a manual flipper, I'm sorry, manual opener with the thumb studs. It rides on, let's see if we can get them here. Might be able to get it easier with the blade closed. You can see down in there, those are phosphorus bronze washers. It's pretty tough to show you, but they are phosphorus bronze washers, which is a different angle for ZT. Most ZTs nowadays are a frame lock flipper and riding on the KVT ball bearing system. So it's a very different angle they took with this knife. As you can see, you got a modified sheep's foot blade. It is in CPM 20 CV steel. You got the Sinkovich and Rexford design there, the model number Kai USA. It is, I love what they're doing nowadays with these ZTs, how it's, you got the stone wash up here, and then up here on the swedge, it goes back to the satin finish. It just, that two-tone, it really breaks up the monotony of the blade. And you know, it's a nice touch. On this grind, you know, it goes back to the satin, it's great. Just a great touch to the blade. Like I was saying, it rides on those phosphorus bronze washers. You can see the lockup on it. It's probably, let me get a better focus shot here. About 20, maybe 30%. I'm sorry, I'm moving all over. There we go. We got a way better focus. Probably about 20, maybe 25%. It's good lockup, real sturdy, no blade play at all. Just absolutely amazing. Get a little spine whack, it ain't going nowhere. I gotta say, I didn't know about the whole ZT spine whack thing. I don't know how I missed that, but a lot of people make comments about it and stuff, and I never knew anything about it. I haven't had any issues with any of my knives, so that's just a new aspect I'm gonna start showing in my videos, I guess. So let's get into some spec data here. You got a handle length of almost 5 inches. I mean, it's teetering, it's very close to 5 inches. The overall length, goodness, wouldn't be a jet fuel video if I didn't mess up a flick. Eight and 3/4. The blade itself, let's see, right at 3 3/4. The cutting length on it is going to be just a bit more. Going to be about 3.9, somewhere in there. It's pretty close to 4, really close to 4. The grip length here, let's see. Got right at 4 1/8 or so grip length, and I mean 4 1/8, and then, you know, compared to the blade 3.775, you know, that's very comparable, very close to a 1-to-1 ratio. I mean, the handle length to the blade it's great on this knife. Let's get the calipers out here and let's do a little. Got about 1.53, or I'm sorry, 0.153. I always want to do that for some reason. And 0.52. So about 1/2 inch back here at its thickest point. Back here, it's real nice. It just comfortable knife. No issues with it at all. Got a weight of 4.3 ounces and 122 grams. So with all the spec data out of the way, let's get into the likes and dislikes. Things I really like about this knife. I like that it's lightweight for a larger knife. I mean, you're looking at close to 9 inches overall. It's a big knife. It just very, very lightweight. I mean, 4.3 ounces is nothing. Most knives this size, you know, are in the 5s to 6 ounces. Um, the Another thing I really like about this knife is the pocket clip. The retention on it's great. It's not too much. It's not too little. I mean, you don't have to worry about this thing ripping on your jeans, tearing your jeans up, getting stuck in your pocket, and you also don't have to worry about it falling out of your pocket. Um, it doesn't leave much hanging out of the pocket, so it's not like, hey, I got a big 9-inch knife in my pocket. It rides in the pocket very comfortably. It carries well. It doesn't print. It's a great carry knife. The carbon fiber on this, I love this carbon fiber. They knocked it out of the park with this carbon fiber. Adding that color to it just set it off. Another thing about this carbon fiber is it's not too textured and it's not too slippery. I mean, it's got a little bit of gripability. The ergonomics on it and the way they beveled it and contoured the edges, it's comfortable in hand, and it is, you can grip it well. They nailed it. Another thing I noticed is this knife doesn't, I mean, I'm not saying it doesn't blemish, but it's durable. I've dropped it a couple of times, carried it for over a week now, and it's no worse for wear. I mean, the pocket clip still looks pristine. I mean, you could pass this off as an uncarried knife almost. Not that, you know, I recommend doing that because that's dirty, but if you're selling a knife and you carry it, please say, hey, I carry this knife. It's durable. Everything I've noticed on it, it's holding true, holding strong. And like I was saying, it's very comfortable in hand. It is just, it's great. The ergos on it are great. It's comfortable. They nailed it. Just absolutely nailed it. For my dislikes, so I have to say my dislikes, I think they went a little overboard with the revolver cylinder or Gatling gun, whatever you want to call it. When I see this one, I really think of the M134 Gal 17, excuse me, goodness, a Gatling gun. Just absolutely amazing military piece of weapon. It just awesome. But when I see that, that's what I think of. And I think they could have just dialed it back a little bit, maybe did something different with the thumb studs, did something different with the pivot, and just left this part. I mean, that was enough. That's custom. That's a nice piece. That was plenty. I just think that they kind of went overboard. No big deal. Definitely not a deal breaker. The last thing would have to be this swoop in the blade that they got here. Now, this thumb stud, it kind of gets, at least with me, it gets in the way. It's not comfortable. If I'm to choke up there, that thumb stud, it really rides on the bone of my thumb, and it just kind of makes it awkward to me. They could have, maybe dialed that down, just that thumb stud down just a little bit. Maybe made that a little more comfortable, or brought this up a little bit. It's awkward. It's by no means gonna end my love for this knife. It's a great knife overall. It is great. And when they announced they were discontinuing this, I was a little distraught and a little upset. I'm like, why? That's such a great knife. I just didn't understand it. But I was happy that they brought the price down. It was at like close to $350, and then they brought it down to $225, and you know that was you couldn't even get a used one for that price at that point. So this is a brand new knife for me. Yeah. So that's my take on the ZT-0850. Let me know in the comments down below what you guys think of it. As always, thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll talk to you later.